This isn't a normal 200 days video, this is Duo 200 days. This means if either one of us dies, we have to start again. Will we both survive until the end of the 200 days? Keep watching to find out. If you haven't already seen 100 days of Duo Hardcore Minecraft, then go click in the top right now, and then come back to this video afterwards. But anyways, if you did see the first 100 days, you'd know that we killed the Ender Dragon, killed the Wither, and got a full set of Netherite armor. And in these 200 days, we want to get an Elytra, get a full beacon, and conquer a raid. Anyways, let's get straight into it on day 101. So day 101 was finally here, and we decided to start it by watching the sunrise. After that, we decided to get straight to work and do a bit of farming. Then I decided to say hello to the sheep and give them some wheat, and then of course, murder some cows. I then greeted my dogs and made them make a smaller dog. It was pretty cute, not gonna lie. We then made ourselves some food, and went to check up on the villagers. But to our surprise, their mud hut had been destroyed by an enderman. So we avenged the villagers, and then set out on a quest to get some more. Midway through our journey, it was getting dark, so we decided to sleep. And that was the first day of these 100 days done. And so on the morning of day 102, we continued searching for the village. And when we got there, we decided to strip the village of its remaining resources. And I decided to use a boat to break hay bales, because why not? And then it was night, so we went to bed. On day 103, we tricked the villagers into our boats. Little did they know they'd now be our baby producing slaves for the rest of these 100 days. We followed the river towards the sea, and when we got there, gamers and I split up, and I managed to get myself lost, so I had to sleep on this abandoned island. On day 104, I wasted no time in getting back to base, and then we lost some years of our lives due to stress from trying to get the villagers into minecarts. Although this did happen, which was kind of funny. And when we finally got these stupid villagers into our compound, we locked them in an ugly house as punishment. As you can see, gamers really hated them at this point. The next day I made a nice little transport system for the baby villagers. Meanwhile, gamers used his amazing building skills to build a skylight for the villagers. Day 106 was filled with more villager stuff. I ran outside to find gamers staring at two villagers and their newborn baby. He was being a bit weird. We tried to funnel the villagers into where we wanted them to go, but the baby villager was having none of it. He just wanted to play. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the villagers made another baby. Little did the baby villagers know they had been born into captivity and would now be our property for the rest of these 100 days. We managed to entice the baby villagers out of their pen with some bread. But for some reason, they liked these little holes and decided to stay in them. This was very annoying. And then finally, out of nowhere, one of them decided to jump into the farm, which was perfect. I then rewarded that behavior by swiftly killing his sibling. Trust me, it deserved it for how annoying it was. Then it was the adults' turn, and they weren't too happy about us capturing one of their children and murdering the other one, so they weren't very cooperative. But eventually we managed to trap them in their trapdoors, where they would remain for the rest of their lives.